Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Wednesday, October 19th, 2011, is sponsored by Realtic. All right, the markets have just seen a little bit of a decline here over the last 20 minutes or so. You can clearly see it on my SPY intraday 10-minute chart here as this last down candle took the markets decisively negative. The Dow is down about 25 points, which is not a huge drop, but again, for a market that is having no volume to it, that's significant. In addition, the Nasdaq is getting pummeled 37 points or 1.4%, and this is all on the back of Apple. Apple down $21 on the day. Let's pop that chart up and take a look. Apple yesterday reported earnings. Their earnings missed estimates. Ultimately, they raised guidance going forward, but the market had expected a much, much better report. Therefore, Apple again down $21 on the day. In addition, in sympathy to Apple's drop, Amazon.com is also getting crushed, down $12. And Amazon, I believe, reports next week, I believe. In any case, these tech stocks are getting hit pretty sharply. One of the only few tech stocks to be up is Intel. Intel reported good results yesterday after the bell, and that stock is up about 95 cents. So again, all red for tech except for Intel, really. That's the big name, anyways, that is positive. Now, going back to the markets, we must look at what's going on an intraday basis because yesterday we had that ugly sell-off start to the day, and then the markets reversed on very light volume, traded up nicely into the end of the day. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, a massive buy program came in as a false report was released that a $2 trillion bailout fund was in the works or had been inked between France and Germany. The markets ripped higher, and this is the key, guys. The markets went perfectly to the 123.50 level on the SPY. For those of you that have been following In the Money Stocks or are members, you guys know we gave out this specific level to the penny for the SPY as a major resistance point. And yesterday, to the penny, it hit. Once it hit, it stopped the move in its tracks. And we saw a massive reversal coming in, a beautiful topping tail, which, by the way, a topping tail is a close in the lower 25% with a tail at the high level of the chart in recent history. In any case, the fall here is only negated, this topping tail is only negated if you trade above the pivot high on a closing basis. Obviously, that has not happened, so this topping tail is still in play. The market's trading sideways, 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 finally breaking down. Short-term support right now is going to be the 200 moving average at 121.20. I repeat, 121.20 will be the short-term support. Markets again rolling over beautifully off that pivot high. I still am holding two shorts in my portfolio and working out very nicely today as we are seeing this market roll over. MasterCard is down $11. That's one of the plays that I have short. It's a beautiful drop. And Las Vegas Sands is down about $1 on the day. So nice gains, nice profits being put into the pocket on some of these short plays that I have been holding here. Again, once the market hit this 123.50, that was the key signal. Now, why might that be a level? Why did we choose here at In the Money Stocks the 123.50 level? Well, if I zoom out on my charts, you're going to see very, very clearly. Look at this, guys. And this type of stuff is why I do what I do. It's because it tells you the future. You can literally read the future. And by the way, you want to learn how to read the future? Take the 7-day free trial of the Research Center and the Intraday Stock Chat at InTheMoneyStocks.com. You take it, you become an expert. Literally, you'll push yourself above even the institutional traders in knowing where the market will go. And again, it's not that hard. Just by looking at the charts, reading the charts. Sure enough, look at this double top right here. Yesterday's pivot high went exactly to that pivot point. And sure enough, look at the reversal we've seen off of that high. In fact, we're off that high now about $2. Beautiful fall. Going back to an intraday basis, the markets are struggling here. Again, we dipped a little bit, now bouncing. Markets again and still in light volume. We've only done 133.5 million on the SPY, which is extremely light volume. That's inclusive of the biggest candle of the day, which was the fall candle there. And again, we'll see how much volume we turn out the rest of the day. But my guess is if volume doesn't increase, the markets may hit the 200, but ultimately may reverse and float back up a little bit. Also, the one thing we have to recognize is the 3 o'clock time frame is a time frame when they've been releasing these false reports. And again, it's such a shady business because a UK journal type entity over there in England released that report yesterday about this $2 trillion bailout fund being put together by Germany and France. Within an hour or two afterwards of releasing this news, it turned out to be false. And it's just showing you we're seeing these type of releases at 3 o'clock on a normal basis. It's being used to prop up the markets, whether it's the Federal Reserve, whether it's specific institutions or Europe. They're using it to negate the downside in this market, trying to prop up the markets artificially. Now, again, that's a very scary thing because ultimately that leads to crashes, but that's what they're doing right now, and we just have to continue to be aware of that, that you're going to get these type of crazy moves up like we did yesterday. And again, the pop yesterday was coming on the back of already major gains, and it was just a tremendous move to the upside before reversing, obviously, the false report. And again, was there an investigation? No. If it had been on the downside, would there have been an investigation? Absolutely. So it's a two-sided thing right there. But as traders, I frankly don't care. I'm trading it. I'm making money regardless of wherever the market goes. You can do the same by joining the research center or joining the intraday stock chat or both. 7-day free trial, guys. It's a no-brainer. No obligation. You join, you like it, you make money, you stay. You don't, you cancel. Very simple. All right. Let's go over a couple things. Now, the markets have rolled over here because we've seen a little bit of a pop on the dollar. If we look at the UUP, you can clearly see that the dollar has faded to the upside. And as the dollar goes up, remember, the market's going the opposite way. So that's just a simple thing. I've been teaching this kind of reverse or inverse relationship between the dollar and the markets now for years, and it continues to hold true. So again, dollar inching up. Look at the dollar yesterday. Dollar fell, markets had a huge pop, right? Dollar today slowly inching up, markets are going down. And again, it's not a big drop by any stretch. SPY is only down 85 cents or so. If we go back to the SPY now, it's down about 92 cents. Either way, it's not a big drop. But again, for a light volume day, this is actually semi-significant. And again, I think it all comes back to the 123 pivot that it was achieved yesterday. Once that's achieved, that is a target initiated or succeeded, and the markets then have alleviation to the downside. They can actually come back in a little bit. All right, now again, we had earnings from Apple yesterday. We had Yahoo earnings. We had Intel earnings yesterday. Mixed bag there. Obviously, Apple being the controlling factor for the markets on the downside with tech. Today we have eBay earnings. We have American Express and a couple others. I think Wynn Resorts, which we'll take a quick look at right here. WYNN, which is down about $4 today. Nice little drop on Wynn. They have earnings after the bell today as well. So you're going to get some big names after the bell, but nothing as big as Apple was yesterday. That was the big name. All right. Let's scan through a couple other charts here and see what's going on. We looked at Apple. We looked at Amazon. Let's take a look at JP Morgan. Now, the financials have been the strongest sector of the day. There's no doubt about it. You look at the markets are red. JP Morgan's only down 13 cents, so it's not a big drop. In fact, early in the day, you can see JP Morgan had a major move. I actually called out a beautiful scalp this morning in the intraday stock chat for major profits. You want to know right where it was? It was a pierce of this level right here. This pivot high right here. You pierced it right here. That was your short level. We made some good money on that as it fell back down. It was a great trade. And again, look at the fall since then even. It never even got back to that double top and came all the way back in. So trades like that are just a thing of beauty, folks. You want to be able to pick those up. You want to be able to see them. And we teach you how to find them. And anything on the intraday chart is perfectly related to the daily. So if you're a swing trader or a longer-term investor, you just use the same methodology on all time frames and you make boatloads of cash in any market, up or down, left or right. Doesn't really matter. You'll be on the right side of the trade 8 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, which again is a higher average than institutions. Institutions utilize fake rumors and stuff like that to make money, a lot of times insider information. What you do here is you get the newspaper today, and you know the future. That's what it is. Bottom line. All right, let's go over to Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs down $1.45. That also had a nice pop earlier, but has come in, had a huge move yesterday on earnings. Bank of America, let's take a look at BAC here. Bank of America also has reversal. So we're seeing reversal, even though the financials aren't down a lot like the rest of the market, they're still coming to the downside now. Again, MasterCard is down $12. I'm still short that MA. Let's take a look at that chart. Look at that beautiful fall in MA. Just an ugly rollover. And again, American Express earnings after the bell today will influence MasterCard. There's no doubt about it, folks. So again, just be aware of that as well. All right, if we look at the daily chart on MA, interesting with MA is it's coming right into these moving averages as well. You see a beautiful double. And believe it or not, I was short MA. I had a beautiful short play on MA, which was off of this trend line right here. I saw this pattern here formation telling me it was going to break to the downside. My last short on MA was at 341 and a quarter, and I moved out underneath 300 on that short. So over a $40 gain on that short. I waited patiently, and I shorted it right up here at the high pivot. Notice how it retraced back to that white trend line. That's your signal, and now I'm in the money again very nicely. Almost $10 in on the money now on MasterCard, which is a nice little gain on that stock. All right, so good stuff to see, and we'll see again how this market behaves tomorrow. We do have some POMO in the market, which is Federal Reserve money going into the market today, but if the volume increases, which we've seen it increase on this downside, it doesn't have as much as an impact, and we'll see again if they're able to save the markets later with any sort of rumors out. Bottom line is, again, guys, there's money to be made in the market. I don't care if the market's going up or down. There's money to be made. Come join the Research Center. Come take the free trial. Make money now with the pros. Take care, guys.